Welcome to Geography and Geographers. This is the third video of the series on the history of geographical thought. In this series on the origins of geographical thought, we began with Homer, where geography lived in stories, journeys, and imagination. Then we turned to Thales of Miletus, where geography took its first step away from myth and toward rational explanation. Today, in the third part of this series, we meet the thinker who pushed geography even further. With Anaximander, the Earth becomes something that can be placed in the cosmos, and for the first time, something that can be mapped. Anaximander lived in the 6th century BCE in the city of Miletus. He was born around 610 BCE and died around 546 BCE and was a student or close associate of Thales. But Anaximander did not simply repeat his teacher's ideas, he expanded them. He believed that the universe could be understood through abstract principles, not just through visible elements like water or earth. This way of thinking was crucial for geography, because it meant the earth, the sky, and the inhabited world were no longer sacred stories, they were natural systems. At the center of Anaximander's philosophy was a concept he called the apeiron, meaning the boundless, or the infinite. Unlike Thales' water, the apeiron was not a substance you could see or touch. It was eternal, indefinite, and limitless. From it, all things emerged. To it, all things returned. With this idea, Anaximander suggested that the universe was governed by balance and order, not by divine personalities. This shift mattered deeply for geographical thinking, because it placed nature within a system that could be reasoned about. Anaximander's most revolutionary geographical idea concerned the Earth itself. He imagined the Earth not resting on water or animals, and not held in place by gods. Instead, he proposed that the Earth floated freely in space. He described it as a cylindrical body positioned at the center of the cosmos. According to Anaximander, the Earth remained stable because it was equally distant from all things around it. There was no reason for it to move in any one direction. This was one of the earliest known attempts to explain the Earth's position through symmetry and natural law. For geography, this was a turning point. The Earth became a physical object in space, a body that could be located, imagined, and studied. Anaximander also tried to explain the movement of the sun. One of the great puzzles of the ancient world was how the sun disappeared in the west and returned again in the east. He suggested that the sun traveled behind a massive, distant structure, which temporarily blocked it from view. Although incorrect, this explanation was important, because it treated the sky not as a divine realm, but as a physical system. Geography, astronomy, and cosmology were becoming connected. Anaximander is also credited with introducing the Gnomon to the Greek world, a simple vertical rod used to measure shadows. Through it, people could track the sun's movement, the passage of time, and seasonal change. This linked the heavens to the earth and made geography a science of observation. Anaximander is widely credited with creating one of the earliest known maps of the inhabited world. Though the original is lost, historical sources describe it as circular, with Greece at the center, surrounded by an encircling ocean. The known continents, Europe, Asia, and Libya, were shown, with rivers marking boundaries. This was more than a drawing. It was a claim that the world could be seen as a whole, organized in space, and represented visually. This act of mapping marks a foundational moment in the history of geography. If Homer gave geography imagination, and Thales gave it rational explanation, Anaximander gave it structure. He placed the Earth in the cosmos, he explained it through balance, and he attempted to draw it. With him, geography becomes cosmic, systematic, and visual. In the next stage of this journey, other thinkers will refine and expand these ideas. They will describe regions, measure the Earth, and systematize geographical knowledge. But it is with Anaximander that geography first dared to imagine the world as a whole. In the next stage of this journey, we move from cosmic imagination to regional description. In the next video, we move from Anaximander to Hecataeus of Miletus, a thinker who turned geography away from abstract models and toward the description of the inhabited world. With Hecataeus, geography begins to focus on regions, peoples, and places, laying the foundations of systematic regional geography. Thank you for watching. If you find this series useful for understanding geographical thought, you may consider subscribing to the channel